welcome as we get ready to kick off the first day here of Season 45 for the ECL Challenger League. And I'm looking forward to it. We have what should be a very exciting game. We'll put it that way. We're kicking things off with one of the more recognisable names within this Asian portion of the league, at the very least, with Rear Atom taking on, I believe it's pronounced Shaoran Gaming. I'm not 100% sure that I've got that correct, but I think I'm somewhere along the lines anyway.
Yeah, something like that. We'll try our best because it's quite an unknown team, Shaoran Gaming, or maybe Chaoran Gaming. But we'll go with Shaoran for now. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one because they're a new team to make it up to Challenger League from ESL Open last season, of course, the Asia Pacific region of ESL Open, and they made it through a few games in the upper bracket before in the end dropping down to the lower and then winning that lower bracket consolidation final and getting their qualification to this particular league. However, they're playing one of the best teams in this league in Rare Atom. But there's a caveat to that, because Cami, the coach, just like he did in the RMR when he stood in for Kaze for a few rounds, he's unfortunately today standing in for Mosier. And of course, maybe there's some illness involved there. Rare Atom, of course, have been travelling a lot due to the RMR stuff, of course. Going off to Mongolia to try and ply their trade to get to the major, but unfortunately couldn't make it. It's a shame because they're one of my favourite teams from this region, and I think Rare Atom stickers would have been pretty sexy. But yeah, unfortunately they missed out at the last time of asking, with Mongols and Greyhound making it through to the major. So it's a bit of a shame for them. There might be a bit of a, how do I say it? A period after that where there's a bit of a lull in their form. Hopefully that's not the case, but with Cami playing in position of Mosier today, the coach, we'll have to see how it goes. I still would favour them, but it could be close.
Yeah, and I mean, you were saying about CR being a new team, not necessarily in regards to not having been together long, because they've had at least a few months together with this lineup. I mean, having a look, I think it was 2 months ago they were playing the RMR, taking on the likes of Tyloo. I mean, it didn't go amazing for them. They did lose out 2-0 in that best of three, only reached double digits on one of the maps, but clearly they are a capable team. So I am excited to see where they're going to actually get a chance to take this in terms of the map veto. Is it going to be kind of more puggy? Are we going to see something perhaps a little bit more strategic? Have they got some specific map picks in mind here in terms of looking at the weaknesses potentially of Rare Atom?
Yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting because I think what is cool for me, I think probably for both of us, because we won't have covered much of Shaoran Gaming before, so it'll be interesting to see how they play, because of course we do see some talent explode from this particular region. I mean, even last season, right? And I believe they're actually in their group. I'll just double check it right now. Yes, they are. Eruption are also in the Rare Atom group. So I'd probably say that Linvision, Eruption, maybe Clutch Gaming as well, those three teams probably be my favourites in this particular league. If you look at Group B, you've got the likes of Wings Up, the Mongols, of course, who have made the major, New Happy, NKT with their brand new team, of course. Their team has now got Urcast, Benta and Gratisfaction on it, which is incredibly fascinating to see how they do in Group B this season. But yeah, I think we've got probably one of the best teams to see first time around, which is exciting for sure. And the maps, I believe, confirmed for this particular BO3 will be Vertigo from Shaoran Gaming. Then Rare Atom have picked Inferno, and Mirage will be remaining if we need it. But I still have the feeling, even though Cami is standing in for Rare Atom today, that it probably should be a 2-0.
Yeah, that's a pretty strong veto as well for Rare Atom. I mean, I can understand the Vertigo pick definitely from CR. It is in there as one of the weaker maps, one of the lesser played maps as well from Rare Atom, but overall, then moving on towards Inferno, that's one of the strongest maps for Rare Atom. They have only one loss, I think, out of like 11 wins in there, and the Mirage is a decider again is another strong map for them. Not one they play quite as much, but it's Mirage. Going in as pretty clear favourites. I don't think they'll be having too much trouble if they do go all the way to map 3. So yeah, it's a bit of a rough veto, but if we get a good start rather from CR, if they can get off to a solid start on Vertigo, take a win there, then there is always an opportunity. Perhaps they could show us a bit of a miracle then on Inferno.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, Inferno is a map where occasionally you do see upsets because it's a map everyone knows, and it can be a little bit of a lottery sometimes when you go for those banana fights, of course, with all utility. But yeah, I'll have to see how that one goes. I believe we got a bit of a delay. We're getting the server up and running. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw it to a bit of a break. But when we're back, we'll go straight into the game. So don't go anywhere.
love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Alright everyone, we are ready to get the action going. It's Rare Atom versus CR Gaming, and we're kicking things off here on Vertigo, where, needless to say, I think CR need to pick up a victory if they want any hope in this series.
Yeah, I would agree with that, Dean. Of course, we're at a state right now for Rare Atom, of course, where there is one thing to worry about, and that is the fact they're playing with their coach there, of course, as well, in Cammy, and Mosier will be missing out. And so far, this pistol round is most certainly going Shaoran Gaming's way. Nice shots from Risk. Himself one, and at the moment it's a nice clean-up, but Advent with the dualies going wild on the big flank. He does actually drop the bomb as well, so it most certainly gives Coach Cammy a vague chance at this 1v2, and it's not like he's a coach that doesn't play often either. He's a player himself, formerly, and that's a great shot. Does he know the whereabouts of Kira, though? Kira's going to try and escape toward the opposite bomb site, and he just gets through Connector and will be able to get that bomb planted on B, but Cammy knows that, and he's hot in pursuit.
Yeah, I mean, it's only now been planted, so not having a kiss shouldn't be too much trouble, especially since there's also a smoke in play. Will have narrowed down where he's at this point. Spotted though and instantly dinked. That makes it so much harder now for Cammy. Needs to just try and play off at a contact, but at this point Kira sees he's not on the bomb, can just hang back and wait for the push to come in. Dishing out more damage in the meantime, and well, eventually the smoke going down makes things a bit awkward. If he had a kit, maybe he could have tried to hop on the bomb, but unfortunately that's not the case, so Cammy decides to just back away, keep the armor, and have something at least to work with in this next round. A good attempt at the turret around, I've got to say, from Rare Atom, considering the position they were in. That flank from Advent almost gave them a lifeline with the double from the dual Berettas, but unfortunately the initial few kills just kind of swaying the way of CR so early in that round gave them a nice leg up, and they were eventually able to close it. And with that, get themselves a nice opportunity here, picking up the pistol. Let's see if they can capitalize, if they can build up an early lead. Oh, is that a FAMAS I think already bought up? So it looks to be the Force anyway.
Yep, looks like Advent's dropped that over to Jam Young, which makes sense. He's one of the star players, of course, on this team. Advent, usually the IGL. I'm not sure if Cammy's going to be doing a little bit of the help with that. Now he's actually in the server with the boys, but let's see. Maybe that FAMAS will decide to take a heads-up duel towards the bottom of ramp, and it actually works out nicely. Kate will be removed, and now Cammy's got a big off angle in mid. If he can get himself one, it would be really nice, and there we go. Trade has to be instant, but it keeps Rare Atom in a 4v3 as Advent looks to tap away with that P250. We'll recover that FAMAS.
Yeah, good work from Cammy. Interesting that he's one of the players who ends up with one of two FAMASs as well, in the coach. His teammates still seem to trust him. Oh, that's a free kill, just right above Risk. Can get the AK, needs to be careful though. Doesn't want to get out of here quickly before the peak comes in. Never mind, just lines up two of them.
Oh,
Mercury on fire. What a round. Okay, I didn't expect them to manage to pull off the force bite quite that easily. That's troublesome for CR. Now they have a bunch of rifles that they've gotten out of winning that round as convincingly as they did. They only have to buy up nades on like 3 of the players, so they even get to build a bit of economy on top of having AKs, Galils, M4s and such. So yeah, kind of worst case scenario for CR really.
Yep, 3 T rifles over on that CT side now. That's a rough one for CR. Of course, down to the force buy battles now. Meta dictates you have to force back in, and that's exactly what they're having to do. A couple of Deagles and 3 Tech 9s. And Cammy will try and hold them off in mid. That's a lovely shot, though. Instant on the trade. I think probably couldn't be any faster there, with Cammy getting one headshot with the AK and the Deagle getting the shot back in response instantly. If you could have a trade where one player dies as you shoot a bullet and it's the same player, if you know what I mean, same player trades you, that could probably be what it probably would look like, but not possible in CS. Second player Kira got that frag. Oh, okay. That was a bit of oversight there for Mercury. Swung ramp a little bit more aggressively than he needed to. Gives a free Tech 9 tap to Ruben, who was making a lot of noise, and that's maybe why Mercury was looking for a frag, but now they've got a great chance to get this bomb down on A.
Yeah, I'd gotten away with that ramp peak the round before when he got the double spray down, so I guess thought he could do it again. Evidently not. Now the bomb going down on this A bomb site, and suddenly CR have a pretty good shot, especially as the push is coming in. Deagles, I was gonna say, with a chance to catch them as they come through the smoke, and Kira with a third kill at this point. He was the one that got that initial trade in on mid, leaving it all on to Kaze now. 2 players to find, one in on Ali, one at the bottom of the ramp. He may have heard the footsteps there, but it doesn't matter. He's going to get caught off guard from Risk. And we said CR were in a worst case scenario there, having lost that previous round, but they strike right back with a pretty weak force buy as well.
Yeah.
Impressive stuff.
Well done. That timing for Kaze was rough there in that 1v2. He was checking all the right angles, and then as soon as he looks away to go back toward the bomb to tap it again, that's when Risk has a little look from Yellow. And he gets it done. And Ryerson will continue with their force buys, of course. Jamyang, M4 to MP9, P250 on Mercury, and Panas on Kaze, and Jamyang going to come straight back to again with the flashbang. Oh, it's a whiffy one. But he still gets away with the frag, but he's only 1 bullet away from going down to any of these rifles. And he's still sticking around, so it's very dangerous for him, but he's getting away with it for now. Well, surely he'll be found, and there we go. He actually tried to chuck the M4 over to Mercury there, I believe. He was trying to fall back with it and give it to a teammate as he was so low, but now it's in the hands of Wenzi. More Mac 10 required for him, but that's a good duel won by Kaze. He's got Mercury in support again to try and get a gun.
A constant back and forth. Risk takes quite a bit of damage there in order to trade out on Kaze as well. Not ideal. Mercury taking an MP9, letting Cammy have the AK. They're actually playing things pretty passively over on this A-bomb site. In theory, CR could just walk up and take it.
They've got utility to take it as well. They've got the smoke, the molly, the flash. But just chilling in the B connector right now. Stairway. The bomb is deciding to head back toward A, but look at this. Oh, this timing could not be worse. Oh, this is awful. Kira's going to be double flanked at the worst possible timing. That is unbelievable. You wouldn't know that, right? If you're together as a team, both players in a good position to play off of each other, and then just when you split up to go and look for information, that happens. 2 players walking on the flank, and to be fair, Kaze got timing on the previous clutch, so I guess it can go both ways, and it most certainly did do then.
This is crazy. We don't get too much back and forth like this anymore.
True.
One Galil, some Deagles, Tech-9s. I mean, it doesn't look great, but it's better than the force buy that they were able to make work previously, so I'm not going to count them out. We'll see exactly what their plan is. A little bit of utility as well. Smoke down the ramp. Kaze had a second one to pick up, I believe, but that would indicate we're probably going to be seeing the aggressive ramp peaks once again, and, well, they've been loving it so far, so why not? Mercury gets his MP9 down the ramp up close. That'll give them a good bit of control, potentially, and it does seem to have already given CR an idea of bringing this back over towards B. All 5 of them right now grouped towards the bottom of these stairs.
Execute coming in. And been under a bit of pressure, but there is a couple of players here to help him, so it should be alright for him. The flash is going to be pretty decent. We'll send the Tech-9s in very deep, and a tap through the smoke removes Advent from the situation. Kate and Ruben get 2 frags to the Tech-9, but Kaze's still here, and then Jamyang eventually realises there's a player up close. He covers into a 3v2. Risk 16 HP with that Galil. He'll get removed by Kaze despite hitting a dink through the edge of generator. And now it's all down to Ruben. Has got the bomb, but hasn't really got any space to retreat. Doesn't know if someone's peeking him from default, so doesn't want to walk back down the stairs. And now he knows that Kaze's pushing forward. 2 players coming to check it out. Mercury will check close. He won't check close, actually. Oversight. But Kaze's spray will finish off the job. Both AKs saved. And that will finally, I would imagine, put CR Gaming down to a full eco.
Yeah, a few pistols can be upgraded, but not a lot more than that. Most players even looking to stick to the Glocks, it seems, so I would imagine Rear Atom are going to have an easy enough time in this round. Potentially looking at keeping all 5 alive, ideally, I think, because they haven't really managed to build up any sort of economy up to this point. They're still in a very weak territory. Few players below B there that I think were caught by the flash. Don't think they were spotted, but slowed down any sort of quicker plays they might have had in mind, and Doesn't really look like they have much of a play in mind. They're spread out right now, hoping for some picks. A shaky spray from Advent. Close to getting that second kill. Will eventually go back in and claim it alongside his teammates Flash. And, well, yeah, they're handling this pretty easy. Again, I didn't love the approach from CR. I feel like they could have done something a little bit more together. And Op being recovered now. Now that makes it interesting. Cammy finishes off Kate, though, so that Op's going to be left alone.
Yeah, that's a... If I'm going to be incredibly nitpicky, I'll say that Kaze probably didn't need to fight Ramp in that situation when he didn't know someone could be walked up close. Again, it's a timing factor, but either way, you're risking the AWP, and funnily enough, Risk is the one to take it. But as long as they can get this kill and get it cleanly, they'll be fine. And look how Rare Atom are positioning themselves right now. They're not giving Risk a chance to peek into any of them with that AWP. Playing it super defensively. As soon as the bomb plant comes in, they will swarm. They're actually going to allow it to come through. So the goal for CR Gaming in this round to actually get that bomb planted is pretty successful. And Risk, smartly, chucks the AWP off the map as well. So it's not recoverable for Rare Atom. They'll have to repurchase that if they want it. Cammy or Advent can drop it. But of course, that will take a lot of cash out of the Rare Atom hands. So Risk certainly did the right thing there.
Yeah, really the best they could do was limit the economy gain for Rare Atom. You can see after buying the op back up, they themselves do not have much left on anyone, so still really the one gun round win could put CR in a position to start taking some control. That nade, was that Cammy that caught it in on mid and nade down to 49? Not ideal. Worth noting though, he is tied for top frag alongside two of his teammates right now. It is a team effort from Rare Atom. We weren't too sure what to expect from Cammy himself, even though, as you said, he's clearly got experience. Still just good to see he is performing. Bit of a slower round yet again.
He's never been a bad stand-in at all as a coach. If you're honestly probably one of the players that in this region, if you had as a coach that needed to stand in at any moment, I think it's probably one of the best choices.
I like the angle he was on a second ago.
Kaze will go down first, but that's a good flash in toward mid, unfortunately. And he gets one frag back in return. And Wendy will go back to recover the bomb and then try and take it back toward the A bomb site. They're going to make a lot of noise with this, so Rare Atom certainly know it's coming. They have rotated two players over very quickly, so right now it's still a 2v3 for the CT side. Oh. Unlucky.
They are stalling a bit though with the time. Afraid, I guess, that the final two players might both be here, which they kind of are, but for now held off slightly by the smoke. It's Cammy on the op, hoping for something. Yes. He hits the wall bang. There we go. A follow-up potentially on Kate, who's coming in right now. Support from Advent. Flashes going out. Unfortunately, he loses his teammate, left all alone. He's only good for one more before the trade is there in return from Kate. Even picks the op back up, I think, so that they have that to work with.
Yes.
A third round from CR. They are keeping this competitive. They do not want to let Rare Atom take any sort of control. And although they can just about scrape together another buy here on this CT side, it's not quite perfect. So if CR take this, suddenly it's an eco out of Rare Atom. There's an opportunity for CR to even get a lead going for themselves here early on the T side. Oh, that's going to make things a lot harder. 20 health for Kaze, looking back at him like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, that would be probably the exact thing they're saying, to be honest. Because it's the worst part about it as well is that, one, it was a backstab, and two, Kaze had no Kevlar in this round, so it's done even more damage than it otherwise would have. Oh dear. 28.
Sacrifice to get the glass cannon up so they'd have someone to create early opportunities as well, and then his teammate stabs him in the back. Literally and metaphorically.
Yeah. Sort of a misplaced and mistimed flash there. Kate was absolutely brilliant into that one, but he still might take Mercury. I lied. Positioning is good on the edge of the smoke, and he does great damage as well. Goodness me, Risk and Ruben. How have they escaped that one with 22 HP between the two of them? I don't know. Suddenly, even despite that accidental knife to Kaze, the round is most certainly in Rare Atom's favour. That's rough though. Advent's been spotted, and he only has that deagle, so he's going to be most certainly pounced upon here. Tries to take a duel on top of default, but that will bait Cammy in nicely, and that drops the bomb as well. All the information in the world, and that's a lovely second from Cammy actually. Risk still alive. And that 4 HP should be taken down, and there we go. Kira's desperately trying to plant in the smoke, but it's not going to happen. Has a chance to fight, though, and he gets both kills, and he's going to escape with the bomb again. He can actually get himself over toward the A bomb site. Wild sprays on the edge of that position on the B site. Letting him run riot and go toward the other side, but unfortunately he's planting in the open, and Jam Young is going to run him down. But again, a nice try. And again, as we said earlier, most certainly limits that damage and the economy. Jam Young, I'm going to hurry up here, mate.
Yeah.
Taking a long time getting this up. You haven't got a kit.
Does he? Yeah.
I think he'll be fine.
He has time now anyway.
Yeah, he's fine.
Run straight to it.
I've seen blunders before, okay? I just get concerned sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, I thought he was screwed there before he even got the first of those 2 kills, as he got dinked up in the smoke. So
yes,
it was a miracle he was even able to get a bomb plant out of that one on top of doing all that damage. So they've got to remain positive, I'd imagine. The problem is, even with the bomb plant, the economy isn't quite there, rather, for CR to buy. So they're likely looking at 1 eco, maybe some pistols, a bit of Kevlar on a few players. Focus on the damage and then look to get the buyout again as soon as they can. But as I said, it is not quite now. So
I'd have liked to have seen Kira go for a hero AK there with 5.3, but I guess they want to have enough money for an AWP in the next round, maybe. So
yeah, he gets a deagle and Kevlar. They get a few smokes as well. They probably have a plan in mind here. It looks like the focus is around the ramp. Mercury with a crazy peek. We seen it earlier when he had the dual Berettas. This time with the FAMAS, he finds, I think it was all 5 players pretty much on the other side.
I believe so. Smoke on the right side. But there are 3 players here for Atom, and they're going to brawl their way in. That's what's always very fun about watching this region in Challenger League. Always a lot of brawling. And they're very happy to continue peeking over and over and going for these clutch attempts. And Jam Young's doing a great job at clearing up these pistols. Got himself 2 frags from the double stack position there without even really seeing the second player. Just bursted and got 2 headshots. Got it done nicely. And that's Roatum there with double the score of CR Gaming. Buy can come in, and they do have the AWP available, like we said. Risk has armor and utility as well. So this is important for them to hit back again here.
Risk is going to need to find something with this op early on. Oh, I think Wenzy's about to get naded. It's not as much damage as I thought that was going to do at all. Seemed like it landed right at his feet. Either way, again, pretty standard from RA. They're aggressive both around the ramp and over on these B stairs. Falling back off after putting in the initial presence, but just making sure CR Gaming are going to have to be cautious of it, are going to have to use their nades once they want to start actually claiming some sort of map control. And a tight angle from Jam Young there claims the opening kill on towards Kate. They don't need to keep on pressing the issue as much anymore. It's CR now who are feeling the pressure to try and open something up and try and salvage this round.
Yeah. Jam Young most certainly knows his angles around ramp there. A little gap in the right hand side of sandbags that can be used in those sort of situations. But Risk, hang on a second. How did Kaze get tagged down so low as well? That's what I want to know. Oh, the timing peek from Cammy though. That's really smart. He peeks just as they fall away from mid. Ruben will manage to trade it. And with the HP on Kaze, we didn't see how he got tagged down so low, I don't think. Risk going to try and duel up against him, and he will flick down nicely. Ask me how he took some damage to that, because Jam Young maybe just hit 1 bullet through the edge of the wall there. Didn't do much damage at all. Kazi will go back in, though. That's a beautiful frag. Still fighting away on that 4 HP. But now, of course, he's got to worry about all these timings with 13 seconds to go. When's he'll get the bomb planted? Wallbang again? Does Kaze go for it? He doesn't, because Advent's coming in on a flank. And it's perfect. Ruben, last alive. Advent can probably hold the bomb here. Kaze knows he's probably coming in from mid. He's got all the information and he can just delay the time. It's perfectly played. And Kaze stays alive with Advent defusing to give Roatum a solid 7th.
Yeah, I did get a little bit worried though once we got down into the 2-on-2. They're managing to handle it. Oh, Not really with the ability to build up any economy, though, how close all these rounds have been. Kaze should have a little bit left over after this, but after the reinvestment here from the other three to get their rifles, it's still a position where CR could, in theory, break them with pretty much just one round win. So you can see their way back into this game. It's just going to be a tough one for them to actually crack through. Full rifles, no ops this time around for CR. Utility could be slightly better as well, but they have the basics. They have what they need to at least put up a fight here in this round. Let's see what the plan is. I mean, so far it's been really standard from them. I mean, we've seen them fight in ramp a ton, stairs a couple times over on B. We haven't seen much on mid other than, I think, the initial couple rounds. So I was thinking that's maybe somewhere where they could have swapped things up, but instead they just try and focus on punishing that ramp peak. And that's exactly what they find. Risk rips off the head of Kazeg, even gets himself an op out of that exchange. I know they have a ton of time to actually utilize this man advantage. Oh, good hit.
That just one solitary grenade though does so much damage, and now they're going to try and fight Ramp Pro at him, but thankfully, for CR's sake, they do go 2 for 2, so it retains the man advantage, and Cammy is in the open on top of the double stack, next to the girder, and that is a very open position, especially when you don't have any flash support. So Advent's in a clutch position, and they know he's the B player. They know he'll be rotating over, and they've already done some damage to him through the smoke. So I think this one is said and done. A little bit more of a brutal A take there from CR. They're turning up the pace a little bit, and it seemed to work for them.
Yeah, I mean, Kaze peeked it alone, I think, and just got destroyed. So I don't think he's going to be going for that too much more on his own. Yeah. Advent left for the save. As I had said, the one round win actually just ruins the economy of RA, so they are slightly in trouble here, even with this one M4 being carried over. Kaze buys Mercury, maybe just about scrapes together the investment. Jamyoung, I think, is going to be a bit low on economy to get one, so it's not ideal. It's actually a tough decision here as to whether they want to fully buy, I think. They probably will just go for it with a player even double eco, but if this force doesn't work out for them, then they're potentially looking at an eco, and CR will have a chance to head towards potentially even a tied up scoreline at that point, and could still maybe even win the half. So definitely a scary position for RA to be in.
Yeah, no doubt. It's a great chance here for CR to close this one up again. Excellent. And Kaze once again, even though you're going for an aggressive peek, can't be successful. And 11 HP on Kaze, no health on Advent after that shot from Risk. A flick down, a headshot, makes it look flashy. And this nade could be pretty spot on. Kaze's going to be a dead man, surely. Oh dear. Perfectly done. 5v3. Weaponry isn't great. Deagle, FAMAS. Surely this is a CR round.
What a shot from Cammy. I think he's still screwed though, unfortunately, caught in the back here. There shouldn't be much trouble on the trade. It's Risk on the off who takes him out at the end, and Mercury, somehow comes away with 2 kills. It's a bit of a miracle that he even gives them a fighting chance here, but it's still Jamyoung left alone in a 1-on-2. He's caught between a couple players as well, one of them in on mid, just about avoiding. Showing his shoulder there, actually, and he's going in the right direction, yeah. Because that might actually have a shot here, depending on whether this mid-peak comes in, and also depending on the timing of it. But it's not coming through.
I don't think he's made any noise like that entire time, which is why Kira didn't pounce. So actually Jamyoung's going to be given a chance here, but you just got to be wary of that possibility, and if he's not, then this flank will be successful from Kira. Now he's going back to look for it. What timing this could be for Jamyoung. He looks for it and he finds it. Now he's up against Risk, and he hears the bomb plant coming in. Nade to try and push him off the angle. It does superb damage, and he gets it done. Jamyoung with a sexy clutch. Awareness level 500. That was superb.
Yeah, as I had said, it was all about that timing on the flank, and it just didn't work out for Kira. Unfortunate. Well played.
They're so close to breaking it, aren't they?
Yeah,
they are.
The nade spam combo worked out perfectly for Jamyoung as well. He's having a good game here, 15 and 6 right now.
Yep.
Hero there in the clutch. 8-4, double the scoreline for RA. Still possible for CR to come through with a pretty solid half. I mean, 6 or 7 wouldn't be terrible, but if they lose this round, then they might not even have that opportunity. RA could still come out with an 11-4 of their own. So let's see what they've got for us. Not quite as aggressive on the CT side this time around. I think they've realized it's been around ramp where CR have found pretty much their only opportunities throughout this game.
Yeah, you're right. Aggressive plays working out. And that previous round was a lot of fun to watch, to be fair. Jam Young, that play was perfectly sorted out, and they'll be happy because, again, that prevents Raratum from falling down to completely broken economy. It's still not great with 2 FAMASs and an MP9, but they're just keeping CR at arm's length right now. Kaze, aggressive angle, but will take down his counterpart. Pays off for him this time. Oh, okay. Mercury didn't have any information that Ruben was already up toward that position. Showed his back to him, and Kaze's missed an opening shot as well. This gives Kira a chance to lurk through mid, and he hears the rotation of Cammy, and it's all fallen apart instantly. It's all Advent, and they know he's the B player. No reason to fight him anymore. You can look for the AK, but there's a big off angle being held by Wenzi, and that's a really nice recovery from CR. The opening pick went Kaze's way, but after that, no faltering.
That was a bit unnecessary initially with the aggression from Mercury. That seemed to be what spiraled things out of control.
Yeah.
They had a 5-on-4 until then, but handed away, and that would have ruined the economy. Should be CR taking a 6th round, and a good shot at the 7th then as well, I'd imagine, with the actual buy for we're at with this next round still not being perfect. So yeah, this is a very awkward spot now for RA to be in. No peeks around ramp this time coming in. CR just charged straight up. Molly's down as well to make sure no one's hiding, and well, they shouldn't have too much trouble here against pistols. But as I say that, obviously Cammy rips off the head of Wenzi. Kaze nearly managing to catch another player and even doing some fantastic damage as he continues to peek. I don't know how he got away with so much. Eventually being punished though.
Yeah, I think they'll not want to put themselves into too much trouble on A anymore. They're already walking back toward B, and they should be fine. 3 default pistols remain. Yeah, Cammy doing a good job there, just doing limiting damage as well. He is the second fragger right now, of course, the coach stand-in. I think every day of the week, Raratum will prefer to play with their young star Mosier, but Cammy is most certainly a decent option in case of these issues. He will swing for the last, but Kate will comfortably get the last 3 kills. So he's up to 10 frags now of his own. Nicely even frags across the board, really, for CR Gaming. Only Wenzi lagging a little bit behind, so that's good to see. Everyone playing okay. And they could be in for an even half here. No AWP for Raratum. Kaze has to go for the FAMAS. So 8-7 or 9-6 will be our half-time score. Which one will it be?
Either way, I think RA are going to be a bit disappointed with the fact that they haven't come away with more. This has been what looked like it should have been their half to run away with. Advent. Decent opening kill. It was risky for sure. But Wenzi has been really impactful over these last couple of rounds, so it's a big kill to find. Ruben's still holding for this push though. Is about to find 2 players coming around the corner. This is going to be rough. Do they line up? No, it's Advent who checks the close corner. The bomb, I think, is even a few steps ahead of them right now, as they potentially are going to find that, which won't make much of a difference considering they've already wiped out CR.
Kaze is trying to hold a big off angle in mid. Why not when there's only 1 player remaining? But Kira will take him, but unfortunately 24 HP. Cammy's going to swing wide, looks for him. It's only 1 bullet with that AK that could be enough. And there it is. So it's a 9-6 half for Raratum. Not actually too bad for CR Gaming. That could have most certainly been a lot worse. But we'll see if Raratum can finish off the job on their opponent's map pick after a quick break. Second half, CR Gaming versus Rare Atom, the qualifiers from ESEA Open going up against one of the established sides in the Asia Pacific region. Can they take the game to them in the second half? Rare Atom T side now with their coach Cami with the 9-6 lead. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, I think they showed us some good stuff during that first half. Maybe could have had a bit more, but we're capable in clutch situations and such. That's not a great start though. Risk pushing in mid, gets shut down by Kaze. Faded by the Glock. And now I was going to say CR desperately needing to play somewhere else on the map, and Kate decides to make that happen over towards the ramp where he's having a bit of a struggle fight right now.
Yeah, out of bullets with the USP, so has to fall away. I take advantage of that. Kira fighting away in mid. He's doing a great job right now, and they're kind of split up a Rare Atom. They're going together, but they're taking duels on their own, and Kira's doing a fantastic job of holding them at bay, taking down so many of them, and he even gets himself a third. Advent will go down. That drops the bomb as well. Wenzi and Ruben have a nice crossfire if Mercury wants to go forward, but he'll have to fall away. Maybe try and team up with Jam Young with that P250. You never know when Jam Young's P250 is ready and raring to go. But right now it's a solid hold for CR.
Yeah, I don't think there should be a lot for Jam Young and Mercury to do. Trading out to the USB. Oh, okay. Mercury with the initial Glock headshot, jumping around, makes it work. Kirito looking for the ace here, not gonna find it as Mercury shuts him down. 1v1. This is winnable. He's up against the dual Berettas though at close range. They are so scary, and he doesn't even have a chance to land the bullets on Wenzi, unfortunately. 7-9, a lifeline for CR, an opportunity to start building up in the second half early on and to potentially get a lead going.
Yeah. Pissed around on the first half, went down to 1 versus 1, and it's the same this time around as well. The dance around generator going CR's way. Double Beretta just has so much ammunition. I mean, the Glock I think was almost out, and he still had around 6 bullets or so to spare in the dualies. So powerful. It is meta these days to go for those dualies. Kate tries to go for a deep push with the MP9 toward the bottom of the ramp, but Kaze holds him at bay. And says, okay, well, I'm going to tag you with a scout. Don't push any further. How dare you? Good nade. Tags down Cammy and Jam Young. That could have been even better if they were on the edge there.
A lot of damage being done early on here, though. Kate and Risk both tagged up. This weaker buy for Ram. Could still find something, especially as they've already walked their way in towards B. Kira pinned in on the back of the bomb site. What a shot from Mercury. Is there a second to be found? Unfortunately not, but his teammates, they are moving in on B in the meantime. He was serving as a bit of a distraction. And, well, thanks to that push up through the smoke, they do at least trade out on towards K. So the bomb's going to be planted. It's a 1 versus 2 for Risk. Low health already. Although Advent is also not looking too great himself, it's still going to be, I would say, unwinnable 1v2 at this point. As long as they set up for a trade. Yep. And there you go, Advent has the straight up shot, so it's not even necessary. 10-7 again. They trade back and forth. Neither team able to capitalize on winning out the pistol.
How long will it last this time, though? It got us to what? I think it was 3-2 to Rare Atom before they finally put CR down to a full eco. And if it's CR who can be the team to put Rare Atom down to a full eco, i.e. win the next 2 rounds somehow, and they are actually in the pound seats almost. But let's see how they go about this force buy. It is a Ford Eagle buy, no scout this time around. There are 2 players to fight though, and Kaiser's going to get caught jumping, but the trade should be instant, and despite the damage done to Jam Young, he does get away with that one nicely. Mercury bails him out. Their default utility now, and Try and make sure they don't take up heads-up duels, but that's a gun that's been nabbed away by Wenzi, and he's somehow managed to get away behind the corner as well. If Kira gets his frag, it could be an issue, but thankfully Mercury gets that one done, but Ruben is still an issue on top of double stack. And of course, at least they know he's there, so it shouldn't be too big an issue, but leaving Jamyoung out to dry kind of there on the low HP lets Ruben push forward and grab that kill, and Wenzi's M4 is going to be in the action ever so shortly as well. Advent will try and get the bomb planted, and will do. But this flank is now an issue. We need to be worried about it. Thankfully, both Advent and Mercury are full health, but the M4 of Wenzi is now in between the two of them. Will Mercury expect it? Oh, he flicks up nicely. That could have easily gone south. And now the low HP of the Deagle on Ruben. Tap on the bomb will come in, but he's always going to shift into Advent, and they get away with it. So it will be 11 for Atom, and most likely 12 coming in.
Yeah, the rounds are still a little bit closer than I'd like, though. Rare Atom haven't been able to take too many easy rounds, too many straightforward ones on that first half, and I mean, although they've built up a little bit of money since it's easier to do here on the T side, they're not taking the most convincing early rounds here either, so we'll see now. Up against an Eco, they should be aiming to try and keep 4 or 5 standing, at least start building up some sort of an economy in case things go south once the guns come out. Peek down B right there. I saw one of the USPs jumping down the stairs. Apparently Wenzi actually gets a kill for himself doing so, but they don't have the same level of success over on the A ramp, so that bomb site left open now. There isn't really too much that Risk or Wenzi can do as the bomb's getting planted, but I mean, a Mach 10, go for a couple exits maybe. There's a Zeus as well, he can throw over the Risk to try and steal away a kill, maybe a weapon. That's the best they're going to be aiming for.
Yeah, they're giving Risk the Mach 10 to go looking for a kill, because he might be able to get some bonus cash for that AWP, right? That will most certainly help him with Kevlar and maybe even a bit of utility in the next round. He does manage to hit a dink, but unfortunately no more. But that plan at least was successful, just the result was not what they wanted. And now Wenzi's just hoping that someone's going to walk in to Connector instead with that Zeus, but that's not going to happen. All of Rare Atom comfortable around the edge of the site, edge of the building. And they won't even have to deal with the bomb blast damage, so no problem. 4 players alive. Solid. And now it's up to CR Gaming to get that AWP of Risk in play and to try and get some handle holds of this CT side.
Yeah, alright, take this gun round, and there's not going to be too many more opportunities for CR, so they need to turn things around here and now. Kate going aggressive, might trade places. No, just about catches Mercury in between the two smokes. That's exactly what they needed. They might even have, I was going to say, more entries if they're ready for this boost up, but no, not quite. Cammy catches the player in the background.
Jamyoung lurking around mid. Ruben with a pretty significant off angle here. Not really going to expect that one, but the damage is kind of even either way. Damage to Jamyoung is critical. 8 to spare. Ruben on 30. Smoke in. Will drop on the edge of those sandbags, but Advent's hit a big entry, and that's the AWP remove. He's going to go in basically solo for the peek toward the double stack, and he does get himself a second, but Ruben steps forward and trades it. Kaze needs this kill, and he grabs it. It's now all down to Wenzi, but it's a very, very winnable 1 versus 2. Just avoid the fire and walk forward, and he's got a good chance because Kaze's now locked in this corner, and Jamyoung's 8 HP, but the flash helps out Kaze's escape. And he can only get damage. Wenzi, not the frag, and Rare Atom will manage to nab their 13th. That was close, but no cigar.
This is getting a little bit desperate now for them. Pistols at most being upgraded here. It's going to be 14-7, and if Rare Atom take that next gun round, then there's not going to be really any resistance for them to just breeze past the finish line here on map 1. Inferno up next is a much, much stronger map for Rare Atom as well. Easily one of their best statistically.
They put that to great effect in big events as well.
Yeah.
Reratum, of course.
This is where
Some
we
great
thought
wins on that
CR
map.
had their chance, if any. Still knew it was
Yeah,
kind of slim.
for
And
sure.
there was a lot of promising moments. If they could have capitalized on winning out the pistol rounds, if they could have actually chained together a few of those early rounds, then I think we could be looking at a closer to 10 all, 11 all, something like that right now. It's unfortunate, but a good opening kill from Wenzy.
Something to work with, for sure. But yeah, I mean, you mentioned Inferno, like, the only erroneous result for Reratum on Inferno is the most recent one against the Mongols, of course, in the RMR. Unfortunately, probably one of the most important ones in their history, but previously they've beaten Harvey and Liquid on that map, so in Pro League, so, you know, you don't want to mess with these guys on Inferno, even with Cammy in the action. Okay, recovered for Risk, and he'll manage to chuck that over to Wenzy. Pistol swapped over. Oh, in from the 5-7s. Big swing with the flash, but unfortunately they weren't to know that Jamyang was already up toward the edge of yellow. Easy trade. Flash would never have blinded him up. Wenzy's here. You never know what they can do with it. Great flashbang again. Actually had to look away, and Wenzy gets himself a second. Advent's now in a clutch. He removes the AK from the equation, but there's a player coming in toward yellow. Is he aware of it? He is. And he can get a fresh reload off as well. Can he find Kira? He's managed to find that AK, which does certainly help out his cause. And the bomb is visible for Advent, but the time is against him. 20 seconds to pick this one up, and he does not know where Kira has crept off to. And Kira might just choose not even to peek here and just wait until the plant sound comes through. Advent will have to look for him, but he'll be planting in the open, and the flank all the way around from Kira works out beautifully. Free AWP to be recovered. That's a lifeline for Clutch for Shaoran Gaming.
I'd say they've been getting most of their rounds off the back of big clutches.
Yeah.
To show you that clearly they have some very skilled players, and really everyone is performing to their best ability here on CR, between 16 and 13 kills, so it's fantastic to see. They just need that extra little push. Oh, going ramp. Does look like that's where most of the focus is going to be for RA as well. Oh, that is not good for Kate. Spammed up through the smoke, caught on the fadeaway, and already an early mana ditch to the D side. They have full focus around ramp here as well. They're just going to completely overrun this A bomb site. Only one more player left in position. It's Kira. Okay, he's gotten himself two. Make that 3 as he somehow turns this around into a potentially winnable position, but it's going to be on to Wenzy to make that happen. 1-on-2.
It is doable. He's got utility in a kit this time. And Jamyang, as soon as he throws that smoke, that actually might give Wenzy a chance to peek. And there we go. There's the information. But now he can just play the time and wait for his teammate to help out. And even then, he didn't even need Cammy to come in and bail him out. Great stuff from Jamyang. Up to 21-12 in this game. That was a fantastic hold from Kira. And Reratum just weren't expecting a third player on the site ready to swing. But at the end of the day, it goes Reratum's way.
Worst case scenario really for CR. Couple MP9s as well. Stuck with the weaker weapons. I'm slowing it down though. Not going as aggressive as they did in that previous round. Realizing that CR, who are limited with everything really this time around, waiting for some nades and such to be used, and the flash comes in. Advent good to still get away with 1 kill at least, but it's Kira again who makes it work for 2 of his own. He's been playing a very good game. He's been the one giving them a chance in most of these rounds.
True. Three-man walk back toward the B stairs though. And the only man here to defend that is Wenzy with that FAMAS. He's in a decent spot though. They have 2 Molotovs, so they want to clear out that position, however, and there we go. In it comes. Will they peek ahead of it? They will, and the damage is significant toward Cammy, but they should be able to take him down somehow. He's still alive, fighting away with the USP, and in the end, Cammy actually is the one to have to take up that duel. If the USP hit 1 bullet there, Cammy would have been gone. The rotation is in, and now Jamyang's in a difficult clutch with Risk in position with the AWP, but he elevates his position on the edge of the default box. Unfortunately, he's got no clue of the quick flank from Kate, and he will take that quick recovery. So another lifeline, and now it's a bit more of a significant lifeline because the money on Rare Atom isn't great.
We're going to be on a full eco here, so CR should at least be going up to double digits.
I say they deserve that overall.
Yeah, I mean, they could still technically come away with this map. It'd be a bit of a miracle that they have to be flawless from this point onwards, but it's doable, and it would give you some hope maybe moving on to Inferno. Kira again with 2 in on mid. Gruben, assisted by all the damage that had been done, gets to feed the economy with the MP9 as he makes it 3. Tech9's going around as well. And that was a quick round, exactly probably what RA wanted from that, just so they can get back onto the gun round here, although the utility is very limited. I wouldn't mind seeing them just going for a bit of a quicker round here, because that's where they've found a lot of their success as well.
Let's see if CR Gaming manage to get away with a round here. Atom will be on an eco again, and 14-10 turns into 14-12. Without any errors, of course. So, not out of the woods yet, Rare Atom. Utility is okay, it's enough, but it is relatively limited on the Rare Atom side as well. 2 players with nothing at all, and Mercury and Cammy. We've got 3 smokes though, and that's going to be more than enough, and the 1 Molotov to probably deal with the edge of gap, or perhaps sandbags where there's a player residing right now for Sharan Gaming.
Aggressive peek that he just about gets away with. That molly is gonna absolutely ruin Risk. Never mind, he somehow gets the smoke down, doesn't even take any damage, but he's going to be pinned in, serving instead as a distraction for Kate to try and come away with more. Gets one of his own as well before going down, but it still ends up in a 2-on-2. 30 seconds.
That was a smart pick from Cammy there, by the way. Tried to take advantage of the havoc going on, knew that there'd be a CT player rotating in, and Pete had a really good timing. I like that, but Wenzy's dealt with Kaze beautifully. So Cammy has to figure out this clutch. And there is a flank I think he has to worry about as well, if I'm not mistaken. And here he comes. It's Kira, caught in the back. And here we go for Sharan Gaming. There is a chance now. Another round for Atom where they're going to have to save. There's going to be no bomb plant in that previous, of course. No injection of cash. This round is going to be P250s at most. Tech9's maybe 1 set of Kevlar if you want to go for it. But 12 should be incoming. They're creeping ever closer.
Yeah, this is getting very scary for Atom at this point. The 12th should be pretty much confirmed here. I wouldn't imagine the pistols are going to do too much, and if the next gun round goes the way of CR, then suddenly we're looking at a tied-up game. But around B, it looks like. Leaving Kaze just to ensure that if anyone tries to push down ramp, that he'll be able to stop them from getting a flank. Yeah, though I don't think this plan is really going to give them too much success. Already the initial kill even being stolen away.
I'll be safe here. Is he looking to get himself some ecos? Being dinked down to 4 HP though, so pretty worth him hiding more now. And Changyang actually hits that shot toward Kate through the plywood. But yeah, there are 3 players pretty much here with the mid rotation to come in. A boost to go for a 1 dig, but not to be. And Ruben's in the perfect position as well.
One from Jam Young. Single kill to at least give them something in the round. That is all. 14-12. Still surprised that this has been such a close game, if I'm being honest. The guns are coming out again for Rear Atom now. No op, unfortunately, I don't think, yeah. Kaze spent 4,800, I think he was just buying up a rifle, was it? Yeah. I mean, at least the nades are pretty much perfect.
That's what we can always hope for. Now I'm going to turn up the pace a little bit as well. Jam Young takes no damage from the first molly, but a bit more from the second. Once again, they have a sort of a double hold toward ramp here. Sharon Gaming without having to go in too deep. One sandbags, one on the edge of the crane. Well, they can use that Molotov to force them away from sandbags, but that smoke is in action again, but that's a big miss from Risk, and now they have to try and trade that quickly. They do, thanks to Kate. But how many more can they get? Surely not much. Jam Young goes aggressive on the edge of that smoke and gets a really nice kill, but the damage again is significant. Kami's the only one who's full HP, gives a great chance for Kira to recover it, and he hits the headshot anyway. Again a close round, again a 2 versus 2. Kaze has a utility, and they're going to slow down the pace.
Should just be able to walk in here. Bit of utility as well to potentially block things off as they get the bomb down. Kaze's pretty low though, so thinking a nade or anything coming through could be dangerous with that molly in play, but there's going to be no chances to put it down for now. The bomb will be planted. Kira in the back lines actually being pushed by Kami. If he dies, then Kaze is kind of screwed on his zone, so he can't afford to let that happen. It's Kaze though who drops into the crosshair of Wenzi. Kami did have more success on his push, so it comes down to a 1 versus 1. Oh, and the molly perfectly timed to stop him from getting that flank gone. No, never mind. It actually bounced back. Sorry. That might give him a false sense of security right now. Oh, no. How does he get away with that?
He's got it as well. I can't believe he's got away with that. That's just an erroneous positioning from Kami. Like, it looked fantastic to begin with, but he was just a little bit too far forward when he took his duel, so he fell off the edge. Completely ruined his accuracy and ruined his aim. I can't believe it. That should not have happened. Thought for sure that Kami had the drop on him there.
It really did seem like it, but he had the read and then the drop down as they started the fight.
Yeah.
It was just horrible timing. 14-13, this game is going neck and neck at this point. That nade on the Jam Young, decent damage, yeah, down to 69, nice.
Nice.
Another nade. Slowly chipping away at RA here in the early stages. Kate himself though taking some damage, so early exchanges. Mid peek from Ruben there. I don't think they're going to push the issue though, so just a little bit of info taken, and well, as the kill comes in towards ramp right now, this is where pretty much everyone looks to be grouping for RA, and despite the initial kill from Risky, staying aggressive. Another kill from Kate as well. This is just falling apart for Rear Am.
This is 5. We could be in for a guaranteed round 30 coming in here. Kate goes super aggressive as well, and that's a lovely frag on top of the double stack. Kaze will at least trade it, but only 2 flashes to help out this play. It's not going to work for you. Try and get himself in toward Gappa. Actually, it does at least get 1 frag back in return. So, Sharon Gaming need to be a bit careful here. Ruben is toward double stack, and Kazi's going to have to pop his head back up when he gets off that bomb plant. Now, all 3 players are going to run him down, and yes, they peek it together as a group, as you should. Good team play. And we're back even again at 14 rounds apiece. Bomb plant will at least give Raratum a bye. But still, it's CR Gaming who are in the ascendancy right now.
It's insane that we've ended up in this position, 14-14. I was not expecting this, and I don't think Rear Atom were either. It's probably taken them off guard a bit, and again, if they lose out here on Vertigo, then I think we're looking at a likely 3-map series. Jam Young. Hoping that they were going to peek him, but not happening right now. Instead, again, the nades are coming through, just chipping away, doing that early damage where possible. Boost Wednesday, I don't think seeing him. Oh, definitely now has the info. Good damage on the Cammy. Again, just getting away with some early damage that goes untraded.
Flash over the top from Kate. Kira is in between the play though. Down the ladder in mid. Catching Mercury off guard. He had no clue that position was exposed. Now it's going to be pretty much a full execute in toward B. Molotov for the quad position will be smoked by a teammate, so Wednesday can stay alive there. That's going to be a big problem for Atom to try and deal with, actually. So they just don't peek until the last second. They should be fine, and it's working out really well. Kate gets one, Wednesday gets another. Now Kaze has to step up, but there are two players trying to fight him, but the kills come through instantly. Somehow gone from a 2 versus 4 to a 2 versus 1 in a split second. They found the play on the edge of the smoke beautifully. And now Kaze can just wait for the information on where Ruben's coming from. Will plant safe from the flank. And Ruben's actually quite far away at this point. What a fight.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you've got to be saving of your Ruben. I think they need the money for the fight for overtime, but he's going to be moving in. He's looking to see if there's anything to salvage. Kaze up close, okay, gets dropped, but tons of damage is done in the meantime, and Jam Young can just play the time on that bomb, waits it out a few seconds, then peeks, and there we go. 15-14, but it took them a long-ass time to get that 15th round, so I'm still a little bit worried for them.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong, but it was still a fantastic fight. That could have gone either way. Sharon Gaming played that probably to the best of their ability. They didn't overpeak when they didn't need to. They didn't peak when they didn't need to, and they played so well to get the opening frags and then just stay alive for as long as possible to wait for those rotations. But the way Jam Young picked apart the positions alongside Kaze was absolutely superb. And Jam Young has hit the magic 30.
Slowing things down massively now. It really has been a slower second half, right? When CR were on their T side, it seemed like they were playing a bit crazier at points.
Agreed.
Slow on the move though, pushing in around mid. Didn't see a lot of focus there from CR on their T side.
Oh, the slow move up ramp this time could be something that catches them off guard. That's a good switch around at least. Significant damage. And it is a 2 for 1. Once again, a disadvantage that Rare Atom have to come back from. This is too late, surely. This is way too late.
20
seconds to go. And Wendy's in the perfect position. This is going to OT, ladies and gentlemen. Kaze is last alive, and he'll get taken out. It's what they deserve, I would say. Sharan Gaming, they absolutely put up a fantastic half in this one, and will be going on for a little while longer in OT, so good to see.
Yeah, damn, I'm very surprised we've made it to this point, though. It looked like Rare Atom should have had this game a while ago, if I'm being honest, but they let too many clutch rounds slip away, and let a massive lead go away from them as well. Impressive stuff from CR, though, we've got to say. Again, if they steal this, then who knows, maybe they can pull off a miracle on Inferno as well.
Who knows? Of course, The caveat for Atom is the fact that they, of course, played with their coach, Cammy, but he's not been a liability this game at all. Only that one versus one that he probably should have won that we were speaking about earlier. Obviously, that makes a big difference and probably would have won the game at regulation instead, but he's not been that bad at all. Kaz has got the D-Law with the Kashanda gold stickers on it, which are incredibly expensive as far as I know. Pretty hot. I'm look that up right now, actually, while we've got some time.
Yeah, I mean, it's understandable for Rear that they want a couple of minutes before they get back into this. Take a breather, try and find out what the hell has been going wrong. I do think I heard him typing there to ready back up, so we shouldn't be too much longer anyway. But yeah, I mean, at the very least here, the economy isn't going to be an issue anymore, so they'll get what they need.
Yeah.
12,500, as long as they're not buying ops every round, then they should be good.
If this website isn't lying to me, apparently those Kashanda gold stickers, you know, the ones with like the fish on from the old Vega Squadron team, apparently they're $5,400 each. So it's not just the AWP that's expensive there. I thought they were expensive. I was curious and had to look. But anyway, it's all important matters. Beginning of overtime. Kate already tagged down by that nade, so it's an early start to Atom, of course. They're having to continue on the T side, like we said. Can always be a bit of an issue after you've been firing away on T side for so long. Struggling to get over the line. So we'll have to see how that plays out for them.
A lot of nade damage again towards Mercury. Now the flash, perfect for the finish on Cammy. Jamyoung's gotten a kill in the meantime as he continues to rack up kills. Gone towards 30 at this point as risk. Living up to his name, they're taking a very risky play around the smoke of the sandbags. Only able to get away with the one before being traded on again. Jamyoung is always the one getting these trades, it seems. He's been very effective so far throughout this map, and well, as he puts the nades down for his teammates to get in towards the bomb site, they should be looking at the bomb plant, although it's, I was going to say, not going down quite yet. Wenzi might just be able to stop it. He doesn't, but he gets 2 kills out of it instead.
Not much you can do about that. Now Jamyoung is set up for a 1 versus 3, but even though he's a top fragger of the game, he's not going to be able to do much about Kira's positioning. Great stuff from Sharon Gaming. They're in the lead now at 16-15. It's been a long time since we could say that. And they're even pulling out all the stops now. We've got the Scar 20 out. Haven't seen that one in a while. We'll be going for some wall bangs around the elevator position. That's still possible, I believe, to do some cheeky damage. Keep an eye on that.
This is crazy. CR starting to get themselves a nice lead even going. Ruben's on an auto sniper, what the hell? Don't love it. See though.
T-side auto sniper's way worse.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't love the auto sniper in general.
Yeah, fair. Especially in the position he's in toward gap. I mean, like,
Very
I know you only
strange.
need two quick body shots, but I'd prefer slightly different positioning on that one. As I said, you can do some wall bangs around elevator with the auto sniper that can often do some damage, but he's just gonna chill for now in a normal position.
Again, very slow rounds being played out. We're at him, I think, hoping someone was going to peek on the B side of things for them to maybe punish and find an opening. Instead, they're going to be walking into a stacked up bomb site. There's 4 players right now in on B, Kate being the one alone on ramp over on A. He's already gotten an opening kill in their favour, as well as Cammy already has 2. There we go, the flashes were brilliant. They just somehow managed to sweep up that bomb site. Kira's going to do what he can as he pushes through the smoke and gets one. But the wild spams are not going to get any follow-ups. Although Kate will. What is happening? Again.
Raratum can't keep more than one player alive in a clutch so far, it seems. Putting Kaze in, and once again a tough position, but it's so winnable for him. Gun barrel spotted, he's waiting for Kate to cross, and there's the frag. And now it's AWP versus AWP in this 1 versus 1. No kit for Kira in overtime. That is a big oversight, and that's a big no-scope miss. Knife comes out, and Kira gets it. Oh my goodness, can you believe it? But where's the kit? Where's the kit, Kira? He's found it, but there's no time. Oh no, I can't believe he's got away with that one, Kaze. But that counts as a clutch, and we're back even again at 16 apiece. Wow.
Well, damn. I thought they were screwed, but pull it off in the end thanks to time. If he had the kit on him, there was plenty to get that defuse in, so it's unfortunate. Double up setup on the CT side. You don't see a double up too often. There we go. See where exactly they're going to be putting those.
All I'm saying is that if Kira had bought a kit, they would have won that round.
Yeah.
And he had what, 8 grand in overtime? It's just, you know,
They'd won
it's
the
unforgivable.
first round and all.
It's almost unforgivable, isn't it, to not have a kit situation.
Oh, he actually gets away with some damage there, and it gave Kira a chance to hit the wall bang. Unfortunately, they still don't come away with an advantage. The trades managed to favour Rare Atom elsewhere.
Oh, there's an open pick here for Kaze if he wants to look for it, and there it is. Kate creeping up, gets removed. And could that fortunate clutch for Rare Atom and Kaze push them through to a 2-1 in OT here? It's going to be pretty decent, but they're going to be up past the angle. It's going to have to be a big carry performance from Kira, and he's got tagged down to 12 HP now. Wenzi is here, but the trade is instant. And they know exactly where Kira is. Nice flick upward. Advent's actually planting very close to him, and now it's actually a bit of an issue. Surely not Kira! He's done it this time! What on earth is going on in this game? And Kira with a quad kill, 3 of them being on 4 HP. They get the 2-1 instead. Wow.
How do they keep coming away with these clutches? It makes no sense. Rare Atom, I mean, I understand again that they are playing with their coach, but they are still letting a lot of rounds slip that they should not. So many clutch situations given away that they could have avoided an overtime altogether, really, if they had to just tighten the hatches for 1 or 2 of those rounds. Instead, now they need a flawless CT side here in this overtime if they want to try and take the victory here and now. All 3 is what they'd be looking for. Let's see. Risk still open on the T side. I wasn't too sure whether they'd decide to go all rifles or not, but no, they still open up in play.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think he's been playing pretty well so far this game. Oh, a boost. I haven't really seen this in the previous half at all. That could really work out nicely, but Wenzi's searching for Advent, and he's found him as well. An early advantage. Sharan Gaming pushing through to a possible map points coming in here. How about that?
Kami playing around the smoke. Actually swings a bit too wide, unfortunately. Won't get away with any more. There's a risk on this op is just opening things up for CR Gaming. This is crazy. It looks like they're going to run away and get this victory after all, potentially. Kira pushed up deep in towards A as well. Should be able to put the nail in the coffin before they even realise what's going on here. Here we go. Knife in hand. There was nothing Kaze could do.
Yep, no information at all. Now Jamyang's in an impossible clutch with how much deep control they have on A as well. One will go down. No utility on this retake. He'll go for it as it's overtime, but it is probably a 0.01% chance, even in this ridiculous game. How many can he find, at least? He's been the main man of the squad so far. And unfortunately, he can't add to his tally this time around. And look at this. Sharon Gaming, 18-16. They have 2 map points on their map pick, but this did not look likely for so long.
No, I mean, they were competitive in the early stages. They kept it back and forth, but it did seem like Rear Atom for most of it were just that little bit ahead. But a few crazy clutches, and suddenly they have themselves in a position here to actually take the victory. Doable. The trades on the ramp from Jam Young, he has been impressive. He's the one that seems to come away with these multi-kills. Unfortunately, his teammates need to do the same. As Risk shuts down that sandbag player, that is not what they wanted. 3-on-2. Cammy and Advent rather to try and save the day. Well, honestly, they're kind of screwed. Ooh.
Oh, the flash is so good, and Wenzy still gets away with it. I can't believe it. That should have been a 2v2. Would have had an instant trade, and it probably still would have put Cammy in this clutch, but either way, Risk switching to the AK instead, just to make doubly sure he doesn't get caught off with the AWP. A nice little spam from Cammy, but now they know where he is. Trying to go for the peak on top of double stack, but it's not to be. And Shaoran Gaming, guys, they have taken their map pick on Vertigo, and I've got to say, in ridiculous fashion as well. That was a lot of fun. But Rare Atom, even with their coach, will be thinking to themselves, we should have had that.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like they did, to be honest, and then it just started slipping away. They would lose out every clutch, they'd lose out 2-on-4s, just crazy situations all around. And I mean, going on to Inferno, I don't think they should be too worried. It is still a map that they're going to be pretty heavily favoured on. I think they've played it like 11 times over the last few months. They've won it like 10 of those times, so clearly it is a very strong map for them, but you never know. I mean, CR, that was a surprising performance. They might be fired up now going into Inferno, and it is Inferno, so they should still be able to play it themselves as well.
Yeah, of course. Inferno is always a bit of a lottery when it comes to that. Simple fact. So, despite the fact Rare Atom have played so well on it recently, they've taken wins against Na'Vi, for goodness sake, in Pro League on Inferno. I believe they've won 10 out of the 11, like you mentioned, the 11 times they've played it. So, yeah, very high-quality map for them. But with Cammy the coach in play, who knows? Maybe that will hurt them like it did on Vertigo. That probably should have been Rare Atoms, but the madness of this region continues to make it a fun watch. And we'll see if that continues on map 2. So we'll go to a quick break, and when we're back, it'll be Inferno. Map 2 of Sharan Gaming and Rare Atom. And we could have an upset on our hands. Of course, Rare Atom are playing with their coach Cami. However, they should have probably taken map 1 of Vertigo. Question is, can Sharan Gaming get themselves a 2-0? It would be very, very unlikely, even with that caveat of Rare Atom's lineup, because this is Rare Atom's best map. They've beaten Navi on it in Pro League, if you remember. So it's most certainly their home. But let's see how CR Gaming work it out on the lottery that is Inferno.
Yeah, it'd be crazy if they managed to take the victory here as well and put in a 2-0 to kick off their season. Again, making their way through Open last season. with the potential for a big early victory risk. Two players about to come around this long corner. Has the switch, the bait and switch rather, with his teammate in towards Arch, but they somehow both get killed by Cammy. How the hell did I not make that work? I have no idea how this is actually working out for Rare Atom right now. Kira trapped in the pit. How is he alive?
No.
What was going on there?
They wanted to knife him. Everyone was out of bullets, so they were like, okay, well, it's knife time. And I can assure you, that's not really going to work out for you when you're that far away from them. Anyway, Kate and Wenzi looking to come in on the retake. Head spotted from Kaze. So much damage done, and that'll be the end of this pistol round for Shaoran Gaming. Kate last alive, wanting some damage, but he's been gooshed by the Glock. He's going to try and escape, but unfortunately probably not long for this world. The running headshot from Kaze. Destruction. 2 for him and 3 for Cammy. Helping out just at the right time when those knives were coming out. Right, and we'll take the pistol.
Pistol round again goes the way of Rare Atom, but we've seen similar things in the previous map, and in CR we're still able to scrap back in all the time, so gonna wait and see how this plays out. Pistols, some nades. Still a chance for sure for CR to do something. Have a stack over towards B in the early stages. Heavy towards the bomb side of things as well. Gonna go for this late aggression, flash in, it's perfect. Cammy caught on top of the wall. I've been forced back down banana, not really able to do too much about this. I don't think the weapon's going to be recoverable quite yet, but as I say that, they put a smoke down, hoping maybe that they could have. Advent doesn't want to let that happen though, so he throws his own weapon away, recovers that AK, and ensures, despite the man disadvantage, that they're not going to give any rifles into the hands of CR at the very least.
That is something. You are stacking the correct bomb site though, right now. 3 players are at him, creeping their way toward long. Probably the best place to go though if you're trying to fight multiple players on site. Kate's about to go for a peek and he's going to meet all 3, but good damage to Advent. Surely Advent switches that AK over to Jam Young. There we go, that's what they should be doing. And Kaze's got the long flank just in case, but he is running down the line. He can't afford to lose the bomb here. Would he expect a second player? That's the problem, and he needs to get away with that bomb, but it's just caught by Kira. That's fantastic timing. Now the bomb's in the possession of the CT side, and Jam Young's got a lot of troubles in front of him. 2 players about to hold this angle. Do they double swing it, or do they just wait? There's the first, there's the second, and almost a spray transfer. But Wenzi gets it done, and of course, we keep on fighting with these force buy battles. This time on Inferno, instant hit back from Shaoran Gaming.
Alright then, again, Rare Atom are just not able to hang on to any sort of advantage that they find. It slips away. Cammy has an AK at the very least here, but other than that, some pistols and Kevlar is all they're able to afford. This should be CR with an opportunity to get going here early with a lead on the CT side. Nicely timed volley. Slow them down for a moment, but they are still grouped over towards A here. This time though, at least it's not the early 3-man B stack. In fact, they're actually starting to rotate a 4th player back over. Risk nearly caught off guard, somehow gets away with actually favourable damage. Initially anyway, now he gets taken down by Jam Young on the P250, who could be big trouble for them right now. The problem is they've still got to deal with Wenzi in the pit, and he's got himself 4 of them actually in the end. An ace total, sorry. Didn't realise he also had that initial kill. Upgrades even towards an AK.
Yeah, lovely ace. Lovely to deal with it like that for Wenzi. Plenty of cash in his bank now, and none in Rare Atoms. Full eco for them. I mean, we've got to add, like, not just what the one caveat, right, of Cammy playing with Rare Atom today. 2, you're using Mosier, who is one of your best players. And 3, they've only just finished playing the RMR in Mongolia, so I'm sure they're probably a bit tired. We know that there was a lot of technical issues in that RMR. A lot of long days. Kaze was recently ill, of course, there as well. So I think there's a lot of things that maybe hurt Rare Atom in this matchup. Let them just win still, but it can be an issue when you've got this amount of issues from previous days. Unfortunate team kill there for Jam Young. Obviously it hurts his bank a little bit, but we still have a bye.
(3-1). CR just more impressive, really, as this game continues to go on. Crazy. Full AKs here for no op available, but it's Inferno, so it's not really necessary. I don't think it's going to do too much damage. Actually, does catch Cammy. I was wrong. They group up around mid mostly here, I think, looking for the brackets control. CR, though, have a pretty good read, I think, on what's going on, because they've already got 4 of them focused around mid itself.
Opening 2 again. Important apartments fight to win. Lindsay stepping up again, and then Risk just come in and finish it off. Yes, it's crazy. This is a beautiful cleanup. Don't forget, these guys managed to come through the lower bracket in ESL Open to qualify for this season of ECL in the APAC. So, you gotta have to say, they're on form, but not the names we expect to win, of course. How much do you think that would affect a team? I mean, actually, I'm not personally aware of how Rare Atom are right now, like where they're playing from exactly, and how they're set up, but you'd have to think if these pistols come into a banana and they're getting eaten up by Ruben. Mercury, though, is actually ahead of the play. Okay, so let's get back to that in a second. Mercury's ahead of the play with the Tech 9, behind the pushing MP9. Gets himself both in the end. Hero's trying to split the difference, though, and he does drop the bomb. Mercury needs to finish this one off. The nade actually keeps him at bay for now. Advent nade himself takes down Kira in the end, then Risk comes in to help out. Advent just wants this bomb plant. He's going to get it. Wenzy is creeping up. It should catch Advent in the open, and there we go. So, messy, but they clean it up. So, how much do you think a situation like this would hurt Rare Atom? Because they're so well known. They're obviously the better team between the two. If you've been travelling for so long, you'd think that would be enough fatigue to make this game an issue for you?
What is it, sorry? I was closing my window there.
Do you think you have enough fatigue? Like, with all the travelling they've done in Mongolia and stuff from the RMR back and forth,
it's that.
the long days.
Partly being stuck with Cammy right now, and I think the loss on the first map has kind of tilted them at this point, because they really should have had that victory.
Right.
But Inferno, I mean, it's just such a good map for them. I don't think this should be any sort of trouble. I'm surprised, no matter what form they're in with their coach, I think they should be winning this match right here. They should be winning this series overall, but they should definitely be taking their best map. So I'm not sure what excuse to use right now for them, but Wenzy is 10-1, 7-3 for Risk. You do have CR all performing at what seems to be their best.
Yep.
Rare Atom just aren't given the same level. They're shifting heavily towards B with the rotate here, sending 2 more over. It's going to be a little bit late, unfortunately, although, as I said, that the molly goes down and stops what looks like it might have been a bit of a B push. Tons of time, so they don't really need either. Now actually moving.
Ooh, just about gets it. Damage is significant again, though. Boost toward the flower bed, gets himself that frag, and Jam Young still lurking around. And Wenzy gets caught by it. A few bullets left actually for Jam Young, but he makes that one look clean. Now, surely this should be a Rare Atom round. B site under lock and key, and the Risk is miles away. So, should be a save.
Yeah, understandably, he's not moving for this. They have money on everyone. They'll still have some left over afterwards as well, so it'll be a very strong buy from CR either way. But yeah, Rare Atom keeping 4 standing, getting their second round convincingly. This is exactly what they needed. Hopefully now it's something that they can replicate. They want to keep on building up this T side.
and keeping up to date with results elsewhere in the world of CS, and 9 just won the first map against, or won the BO1 against G2, I should say. So,
Okay, 16-14.
Yeah, it was very close. Best tier 2 team of the year so far. Well, I think both of us have covered a bit of 9 in Challenger League and various other qualifiers.
Yeah,
and,
not sure how much
proving
I've
how
covered this
good they are.
exact lineup, but definitely have at points. 80's had a really good game there, it seems.
Yep.
Just as Wenzy's having a really good game here for CR. Risk, though, taken out. Last man standing in the previous round. Hoped to maybe open things up here and be the difference maker. Unfortunately, he gets naded into oblivion. Return nade's not really doing anything either.
Ben sucking up Molotov, burning a lot and should go down, and will. Ruben. 4 versus 4, utility swapped over from Jam Young. Smoke comes in, flash to a teammate to give him a popper. Right now they're split. CR Gaming, 2-2 on each bomb site. So Wenzy is going to need to multi-frag from the edge of the apartments again here. Flash comes through. Mercury trying to hit an entry, but the counter flash is superb. I say counter flash. Actually, I think it's Kaze who blinded up Mercury there. And Kira gets himself 2 frags, but Jam Young eventually finds Wenzy in the pit. So they go 2 for 2, and it's a 2v2 on the A-bomb site.
Yeah, tough retake. Finally to slow them down as well. The crossfire between the pit and the bomb site, and Jam Young just taking an aggressive angle. Gets the initial kill. His teammate, though, dropped already, but he catches Kate moving in towards the bomb. Plenty of time even to recover that up. So yeah, very close round. I mean, keeping it neck and neck there, at least in that one. And while there is still economy for CR to buy on most players, they are finally beginning to run low on money. Another round here really for Rare Atom should give them the chance to tie things up at 5-5 and then potentially even start running away with this T side. So now or never really for CR if they want to keep this lead.
Penalty swapped over in spawn. Incendiary grenades rolling around, having a whale of a time. H will swap them over. Leave them to a teammate to re-smoke everything. But I hear some noise from top banana, so Kate actually might have to re-smoke it. But not pouncing just yet. In fact, it's just a bit of a ruse for Atom very quickly toward the A-bomb site on retreat. 2 towards short, and look at Kira's position, boosted up as well. That could be useful.
Kira playing boosted up. I like this. They've taken a few slightly more uncommon positions, realizing how crucial this round is for them to take. Mercury now wrapping around, gets the double spray down. This is horrible. There's one more on the bomb site. They haven't cleared it, but Wenzy was blind, just about comes away with it, but he's pinned in, swings through, does good damage, and is somehow still alive here. Might even get that final kill. He will indeed with the USP. That was crazy, but that still got way too close. The fact that that even gets as chaotic as it did, that double kill comes in from the wraparound on long, it again gives Rare Atom a chance in a round where they should have had none, really.
That was a great double from Mercury. Spray transfer. I'm not even necessarily sure he'd be expecting to get 2 as quick as that himself. But as we both said, I mean, there's just no way we're expecting Wenzy as a 3rd player on the site. That flash almost ruined the idea. But he got away with all of them in the end. Fighting away with the M4A4. Plenty of bullets to put into action, and he made use of them. Good nade again. Advent down to 45. They're trying to take Banana, but Advent actually does team up with Kaze's flash to get that entry, and Cammy's Mac 10 running around trying to cause havoc. We get the opening pick at least this time around.
gone. Not a great start. They were heavily stacked towards B here early on as well. A little bit of noise around A has pulled Kira off, but they've still got two at the top of Banana, heavily committed. This is going to be tough. Kami clearing sandbags, gets the initial kill. Risk is good for the trade at least, but he's being hunted now in towards this bomb site as mollies and nades get tossed all over the bomb site. They actually decide to back away. Okay, I'm a little bit surprised. They had pulled the rotation, so it's understandable. It's Wenzy now who's on a crazy game so far, who might have a shot of holding this down. Playing under quad, only gets the one though. Not ideal. That is going to be a bomb plant.
And Risk and Kira are quite a way away coming up mid, so I would presume a play for exit scenario, especially with their money the way it is. If Raritan give up one pick, then I would say definitely go for it, but they don't need to.
Forced into the save, understandably here. Two ops that are going to be very useful in this next round, but I mean, at this point we're grinding out a good T side already. They just need to keep this up, Garrett. Nice angle there in towards the door, manages to shut down Kaze and make that very costly at the very least for only living with one player, I believe, in the end. They're going to spend pretty much everything themselves coming back into this round as well, so CR can take this one. You could even see we're having a pretty rough economy.
This is the round. What can they do with those two orbs? No shot missed. Advent very comfortable to push up toward the top of Banana and take these duels. He's been doing that the whole game so far, basically. ADR, not great, but he's been the one happy to take those opening frags, opening pushes, and normally the IGL, of course. Better in IGL now. He's 30 years of age these days. Been around for a long time, playing with Kaze, of course. On the old Vici gaming days. Risk. Takes a risk from the edge of Coffin and takes down Cammy nicely. But look how far Mercury's pushed through. Risk knows it, but doesn't know how close he's got. Free AWP for Mercury. And probably a free bomb plant as well for Rare Atom.
Yeah, the bombs are planted here. I don't think there's much they can do to boost, pin, and spawn. At this point, I think probably forced to call them for the save. They have pretty limited weaponry for this next round already. Yeah, backing away. 5 on the board for Ratum, and even with these weapons being saved, I don't think it's going to be quite the buy. Likely a save, pretty much. They'll hope with the FAMAS and the FAMASs rather, and the op that they can maybe steal away this next round, but most of the focus will probably be on the one afterwards.
It'll be like a full buy, but just with what they have here. Like, no more, basically. Basically the same buy, just, I imagine, it's hard to say, but maybe Risk will go for a P250 or something, just so he has something in case the round gets close. Which he most certainly could. 2 rifles, even if they're the poor rifles, and the AWP will be enough. But normally you'd full eco here if you had nothing, so probably will be what they'll do. Got some utility, 4 smokes. They can easily play the time with that one. The 5 smoke strat, of course, we've seen plenty of times over the years on Inferno, just to delay that clock, delay that time for the attackers. I'm going to keep 3 for the latter stages of this round.
Slow round being played out. Bit of a stack over towards the pit. two of the FAMASs they have around here at least, so setup wise they have some firepower on this A-bomb site where it looks like it's going to be necessary. Unfortunately it's not the op, which would have been very useful as they get wrapped on long. Although they might even bring this through spawn.
So they are.
Maybe
I mean,
just the library, I'm not sure.
Yeah, they have that one faker at least, right? Like, Jamyang just used a lot of utility from apartments. They are walking into the AWP, unfortunately. It's the worst possible choice, actually, for Rare Atom to go straight into the AWP in this position. As he's going to try and take a heads-up duel, though, and he does that brilliantly. They just have to worry about Ruben. 5-7. I think they know he's here. They most certainly do now. Kami's out of bullets, but he's got support from Banana, and he adjusts nicely to get Ruben out of the round. And Jamyang going to have to take that duel toward the AK picked up as well. Two FAMASs trying to retake, but they're going to be walking straight into Kaze. And there's the recovery kill. Just Wenzi, and he's looking for exits, and the AK at least will give him something to work with. Nice angle for Kaze. Easy flick up. 3 kills for him, and him taking that duel against the AWP of Kira. All those ruins, that construction position was certainly the most important frag of the round.
Six all tied up. Let's see. First full gun round with no weaknesses in a while as well. I've been seeing some weaker weapons. Kami might eat a nade. Yeah, he ate that nade. That is unfortunate, down to 37 already. That's kind of the start to CR needed though. Alleviate a little bit of pressure, do some early damage. Preferably take some map control, but they haven't really got the utility for that, so seems like they want to just kind of chill back for now. Heavy on the quad stack around the A. It's kind of the change up they've gone for.
Atom taking it a bit slowly. Or a bit slower. Toward B. Washing around gaming, and not a bad setup, but if they were to get swarmed by all the Rare Atom players with a full execute, I reckon it would be too much for the two to handle. Mercury getting pressured. That's a great kill in the default for him. He's going to look at try and go for another, but Wenzi's still here, and Wenzi's been absolutely superb so far. If they go through this smoke, he's in a fantastic position to do more damage here. 1, 2, out of bullets for the third. He does at least get 3 in total. Brilliant hold once again, but it's still only a 2 versus 2. He's up to 18 and 6 is Wenzi. He's going wild in this one. This 2v2 will probably go Rare Atom's way. Kaze's still got a decent belt of util and a Molotov for the bomb.
Yeah, that molly could hold off potentially short even for a few seconds. For now though, just staying posted and ready for the headshot in the end. As Ruben's left alone, he's having a bit of a slower game as well, so it doesn't look like he wants anything to do with this. Backing away for the save. 7-6 for Rare Atom on the T side. After what looked like it could have been a fantastic start for CR Gaming as well, they really have stumbled. As you said, yeah, Wenzi giving it his all.
It's a weird scoreboard, isn't it? Ruben and Kate, 5 kills between the two of them. Risk and Kira, 22 between the two of them. And Wenzi, almost as much as those two combined with 18. Yeah, you can see it. Massive gap between the top 3 and the bottom 2. Thanks for scoreboard press. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Ruben and Kate having very slow performances. They were picking things. If they could pick things up a little bit rather, that could be the difference maker. Also with a slightly top-heavy scoreboard, but not quite as much.
On a few rounds.
Looking like they might come out with 9, which would be fantastic.
Yep. See if they can get themselves that 9-6. Similar on Vertigo, don't forget. But that went Sharan Gaming's way in the end. Chamber very aware of the situation in apartments. Instant spray transfer, switch around to ward off that player pushing through. In the end, he got help from Mercury. And Wenzi as well, that player that he was looking for. And DM4. Nice long range spray. Takes a dink to the edge of the wall, but no more than that. It's away with the third. And now Kate. With that 5-7. May as well save it, to be honest. Keep that Kevlar. And then 4 in the final round of the half.
Save for the 5-7 in Kevlar at least. I mean, it's something. They want to get a secondary up that could allow it. It's a bit desperate now. We're at the very least have already won out this half with 8 rounds, potentially still 9 to come, and they're on track at this point to try and make it a 3-map series. Mirage will be the decider if we get there, which is definitely a bit more of a middle ground than Inferno is, but after a promising start here for CR, it's just kind of all flatlined, so it's a little bit disappointing.
All the flashes in the world in Spawn. Here to recollect. Oh, and Cammy just takes us heads up duel toward Kate and checks the correct angle. Takes a dink, but we'll be given the AWP now as he's low HP. Great to see an entry like that from the coach. Early man advantage to try and get a 9-6.
Looking like they're probably going to go for the A wrap. Still a bit of time, I was going to say, so they don't have to press the issue, but as that kill comes in on a risk, they have it all opened up. The B wrap potentially, although they could still bring this back to A. That looks to be the play. Wrap it in True Library. They'll have all of the angles pretty much to peek from. They've left pit. They've actually pushed 2 up towards short, but it's not really working out. Kira alone, Molly forced into the open, and with that finished off 9-6 at the halftime for Rear Atom. A good recovery from what was a slow start into the half.
Indeed. We'll see if they can at least translate that 9-6 into a win, unlike Vertigo, which of course was the same scoreline after a quick break. Second half, Raritan versus Shaoran Gaming. We've seen an upset so far in the RMR. We might even see an upset here as well. Of course, Raritan playing with their coach Cami has to be a caveat for them to worry about. But let's see if they can at least translate this second half on the CT side. Kazi looking for the opening flag with the P2000. Playing it nicely at the moment. Now Jang Young's here to support as well, being baited in, but now he's under some pressure. Still gets away with 2 kills. Not a lovely job. Now Mercury is already on the quick flank. Risk taken out. It's all Kira. Long range dualies. 2 players about to fight him, and I think he knows that this one is now almost impossible.
Where could have been a map up already right now. This could be them on track to a 2-0, but of course they let things slip away on Vertigo. Doesn't seem to be happening here on Inferno though, where they are a lot more comfortable. Kira going to be spotted, and dual Berettas versus dual Berettas at long range. Not normally the weapons you want for this, but at least Kira is able to make that initial kill work. Really though, there shouldn't be much else he can do here. Walking through the smoke. I was going to say even the body shots will finish him off, but Jam Young just destroys him with a headshot instead. 10-6, double digits for Rare Atom. CR, no bomb plant or anything being found, so they're likely looking at an eco, and should be 11-6, maybe even 12-6 then before the actual guns come out for CR Gaming.
This is looking like Rare Atom are going to try and fight their way through. Mirage is a decider, so I think it's another map that could go either way still, but if Rare Atom can win against this Force Spy, then they're in a good spot. So push this through to a victory. Utility is great though, and I've seen so many of these Tech 9 buys. I think Eternal Fire have a really, really good strategy with these Tech 9 utility buys on the second round. Yeah, and they are usually ATEX as well. There might be something we're seeing here from Shaoran Gaming. Let's see how successful they'll be. We're up toward top mid now. Flash over to take porch position. Now the pit and site players have some work to do, but there are rotations in very quickly, so you'd think they'll be okay. But Jamyoung's been dinked. 11 HP, and they're switching their focus up toward long instead. Damage done, and now the Arch player will surely come in and help, and Advent does that well. So they at least go 3 for 2. But Kira's in a good position. Will Cammy spot the smoke? That's the question. Hamas picks up for Kate. Caught looking the wrong way, though. Now it is just Kira. He has got himself one, and he's full health with this Deagle, and he's found that M4 as well. 21 bullets, but gets a fresh clip in anyway. Advent and Cammy need to be careful here, but a high elevated position from Advent on the edge of the railing. Deals with it nicely. M4 recovered, 11-6. Full eco coming in. Now Raritan are starting to show up.
Yeah, it's looking like it could be smooth sailing from here on out if CR don't wake up in this next gun round, really. Now, again, not much to really buy up. A few Deagles. No Kevlar even, no utility it doesn't look like either. So, yeah, Rare Atom really should be aiming to try and keep everyone alive here. It'll be their opportunity to really bolster the CT economy and set themselves up fantastically. I was going to say, did Mercury actually spot that player when he peeked? Does indeed. Goes back in for the fight again. And now with the man advantage, just doesn't really need to give anything away. They actually come to him instead. Oh, good damage on Advent.
Nice off angle. Nice double headshot. How do you feel the balance between the two M4s right now? I still think it's probably the best it's ever been. I think at this stage. Sometimes I like to go with the A1S, sometimes I like to go with the A4. Feels very 50-50 now across the scene as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've always just kind of preferred the A4.
I still prefer it. It just sounds beefier, doesn't it? You know, like it does damage.
Having the silent sound can be nice as well, you know, if you want to feel like a little ninja. Depends, really. I like the A4 nice for spray downs on a map here like Inferno. I think I prefer the A4, but
agreed.
More mid to long range. I like the A1 for bursting as well.
If it was overpass, I'd probably go with the A1. If it was Inferno, I'd go for the A4 if I was playing myself. Something like that.
Exactly. They have their
If only I could spray the
use
A4
cases.
though.
Gonna be the new word crosshair following thing on CS2.
Oh god, yeah, the CS2 crosshair thing. Yeah, I have seen that. I'll most certainly turn that off. I'm sorry, I'm not.
Yeah, I think it'd throw me off. 6. CR need this round, otherwise it's gonna be maybe one more gun round that they actually have a shot at before this map's over, so let's see. It's not gonna do anything. I don't think CR waiting out in the early stages to avoid nade damage.
Yep. There's no damage. Advent tagged. The 8. Cammy tagged as well. Aggression from Kate through the edge of that smoke. Gets away with that kill toward Cammy somehow. Don't ask me how. So an early pick for Sharon Gaming.
Played out slowly now after that initial advantage. Nice timing on the re-smoke as well. You're ready for the push down mid. Might even get another out of this. There we go. Yeah, ready for Jamyoung as well. That's going to be them just sprinting this back over to a completely open A bomb site now and leaving just Kate there to hold them in place for a few extra seconds, which is plenty. As this round is pretty much already done. I think they'll probably just save the 2 M4s even.
Would make the most sense. Money hasn't been built up yet, and actually, if they do save the 2 M4s, with Kaze being able to buy and Jamyoung likewise, I reckon they'll be able to muster something. So, does make sense to save here, unfortunately. But not if you get caught by Kate like that. That's a lovely mid-range shot. Mercury caught trying to team up with Advent toward Ruins, and mid-cross, Kate rips his head off. And it's good for Kate to get some kills on the board after the incredibly slow first half, of course. It was Ruben and Kate who were really struggling, as you can see. Wenzy doing a lot of the work. They can step up on T-side, and you never know.
Scraping together to buy here again on the CT side. It's an MP9 on the Cammy. Other than that, they have everything, but if they were to lose this one, then CR probably get a 9th off the back of it, then 1 gun round to nearly even tie things up. So it's still doable. It's just going to be very, very difficult. Very passive again on the CT side as well, not really challenging for banana control. Willing to give it up, but using a bit of utility at least to make sure that they're working for it.
Yep. Bomb is going to go back toward Banana now as well. Minute to go, and they're trying to take it. RO Atom together, and the Incendiary is great. It actually pushes Kate away. 33 HP, and Jamyoung coming down mid. This is going to be a big catch off guard, but they play it nicely. They actually play it really nicely, and Kira's lurking toward Arch as well. The fact that they had one player peek into the underpass and one player peek up made it impossible for Jamyoung to get a second frag. Really nicely done. Now Kate fighting up against Cammy. Top Banana wins another duel. Kira looking for the retreat of Advent. Takes his frag. Mercury is left last alive. So another save will come in from Mercury, at least attempted save. And Sharan Gaming going to get themselves up to 8.
Convincing round as well, importantly. crazy to see how top heavy the scoreboard is, though. You have Ruben and Kate really struggling throughout this game, and it's still a 12-8 scoreline. If both of them can start to find some form, that could be the difference that the difference maker rather that they need. Only one M4 being saved as well, so it's a full eco. Other than that, a 9th round, as I said, should be taken, and if they win that next gun round towards 11, suddenly you begin to worry of your rear atoms, so... See how this plays out now. Bit of a B stack in the early stages.
Deep nades that will ward off any presence in the apartments. Only really that M4 to worry about overall. Advent's got the incendiary nade to at least keep them at bay a little while longer. And now the M4 will try and fall away, but look at the damage Mercury's taken. That is unfortunate. Looks like actually Rare Atom are going to vacate the B bomb site entirely. Trying to use other utilities, show some presence early on. Just sort of fake the fact that they're still there. And maybe stack A, and that's exactly what they're doing, but it doesn't seem like Sharan Gaming are falling foul to that. Going to go in toward B. An empty B bomb site as well, and Rare Atom are forced to push down mid as a group. It's being watched, however. Let's see how many Kira can get from this position. 2 D4 pistols coming his way. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and a 4th. Now we're looking to try and get an anti-eco ace here. Would be nice for Kira. Some confidence. There it is. Nicely done. We saw Wenzi get one of those on the anti-force buy in the first half on CT side. Now Kira's got one of his own. And increases his tally up to 23 and 14. Nicely done.
Still 12-9. They have a good buy now, so there's still that little bit of room, that little bit of security that they have. But if Rare don't start picking up some wins now soon again, then they will begin to worry, considering how we've seen things slip away on that previous map for them. It's got to still be in the back of their mind a little bit. Not really challenging around Banana in the beginning of this round anyway. We might see a quicker A play. They're playing pretty passively around A as well. They just have the one player holding from Arch over on Long, and then it's hitting the bomb site itself then with that they're holding from Mercury spam.
Oh, close. He fought underneath that back position. Cars is about to be flashed toward Long as well. Getting strafe away, just about. Was getting pushed by Wenzi. He will manage to deal with him in the end. Nice shot from Kaze. Now jamming under pressure. There's 1, there's 2. Beautiful spray down, but actually can't hit a single bullet on toward Kate, and that means that he gets that trade. So 2v3 on the site, and Kaze tries to go aggressive, but that's a beautiful shot from Kate. Stepping up in this second half. Third kill on the board, and now the pressure comes in from Rare Atom, but Kate just keeps holding them at bay. Cammy goes through the smoke as well, and Risk tags in with the Tech 9. And goodness me, Rare Atom trying to take advantage of the fact they had a man advantage. Couldn't do so. Sharan Gaming, 10 rounds on the board.
Double digits. Slowly building their way back into this. I mean, what was it, 12-6 at one point at that scoreline? I thought it was damn near impossible that they'd actually get themselves back into this on one of Rare Atom's strongest maps, but right now it seems to be happening. Eco with just some pistols and Kevlar, a few nades as well purchased up, but pretty much it. Kate has begun to wake up. Ruben's still chilling. He's got himself on chillax mode right now, but his teammates seem to stepped up where necessary. Kira especially. Wenzi's been on 21 for a while, but Kira has found some form over these last few rounds.
Yeah, there was a couple of really important situations in that previous round as well, of course. Puts Rare Atom back down to an eco again. Kate stepping up. that third kill onto Kaze when he went aggressive was beautiful, and even ready for 2 of the last 3 Atom players coming through that smoke. And cleaned up by Risk with the Tech 9. Jumping in pit with the Deagle, what can he get done? First player falls into his clutches, and there's a second player on the site to help. That's Kaze. Now Kira's in a difficult situation. Beautiful flick on the second, and he actually manages to waste enough time to get Kate to help out for the third. Beautifully done. That could have gotten out of hand. And Sharan Gaming say no.
Still could have gotten a little bit awkward against the pistols, but doesn't look like it. The molly forced Advent forward. Well, Cammy coming in through the long smoke, eventually going to be shut down as well. 12-11, 1 round between them. It's a gun round again coming in here from Rear Atom. With the full loss bonus going, at least there's no weaknesses really to this buy, but if they lose this one, then likely they will be conceding a lead over the CR, so they cannot let that happen. What's the plan? Do they have anything in mind in terms of changing it up? We haven't seen them doing tons in terms of taking banana control. We haven't seen them try and do much in terms of peeking over the apartments in the second mid even. So there's a lot of things that they can try. Basically my point that they're just going to go for the early 3-man B.
Yeah. There are very many options. They tried one of those aggressive options in the other round, of course, pushing so many players through the smoke on A to try and stop Sharan Gaming from getting into an after plant. But yeah, this time around, running some deep control toward Banana, then falling back away. That's exactly what they've done. They've only got control with Cammy now. He's then left alone. The coach. As a reminder, there's so many things that can explain the poor performance from Roatom today. The fact they're playing with Cammy. The fact they've only just played in Mongolia. The fact they had Kaze sick recently. The fact that Mosier, of course, missing is one of their youngest and most talented players. However, you've got to give credit to Sharan Gaming. They've played very well so far today, and Cammy needs to step up toward Banana. Gets himself 1, but only 1. Ruben trades it, and that's a big trade from him as he's been so quiet so far in this map. 4v4 with 40 seconds to go.
Oh, Advent was fully blind there and somehow gets away with that kill on towards Wenzi. Rick tucked in up close on orange just as well. The timing is horrible. How the hell does Risk get that? It wasn't even the no-scope. Apparently he scoped well up in his face as Kaze misses an easy shot up close. The no-scope as a follow-up will eventually land, and it's all on Ruben, who's been having a rough game as he gets shut down from the spawn. 13-11. It's a close round, but Rear Atom finally add another to the scoreboard.
Oh, I'm going to say, if Kaze didn't get that frag in the end, that would have been an absolute choke. But, for his sake, I'm happy he gets it done, because that would have been a scary one. Good recovery to finish it off in the end. Jamyung then came in to help out, and I would have favoured him perhaps in a 1v2 anyway, with how close he was to the action. But this region always delivers those exciting moments. In 2v2s, we saw so many 2v2s on the first map. In the end, with ridiculous clutches in overtime, of course, going Sharan Gaming's way, or at least going 1-for-1. The most important one went Sharan Gaming's way. Cammy fighting with Banana. He fights with Kate and comes out successfully. Atom now is trying to put their foot down, but they've got a lot of economy to break down on the T side, so it's a good chance for another close map.
Tough to recover though. Wenzi gets away with that one. I don't know how. Tries to fight Arch and eventually will be punished and shut down. Leaving them in a very difficult 3-on-4. They're actually just going to charge this back up B. I mean, Advent took a couple shots there that forced them to retreat, but I don't think they were 100% sure the commitment was coming in because they're only now rotating Cammy back into position. So this is doable. They have an opening on the bomb site. Risk with a follow-up on the Cammy as well. As the bomb's going to go down, this looks like it could be CR's round, but look at the damage that's done.
Kaze hit a wall bang. That's basically the only option now. 2 players walking wounded. But Jiangyang has a kit, and time is ticking away. Maybe Jamyang wants to try and give this one a go, and Kaze just flash him in and play from range. It's going to be the plan by the looks of it. They are going to go for this one, but with Risk posted up, that's an easy frag toward Kaze. And Jamyang realizes there's no point sticking around here. On the angle to hold for the exits, because he knows there are players low, but just about avoid it. He's locked in, at least. He's locked in Risk on the site, but it doesn't even matter.
Ouch.
We'll take him down, but unfortunately the bomb blast in the end does remove him. So even though Jamyang does nothing there, actually, by damage, the fact he locked in Risk for so long does at least mean they remove the AWP from the equation, but money's fine to rebuy it, so it's not the end of the world. Just an extra small point to make. 13-12. Should be 13 Aldine.
Should be. I mean, just some pistols. Kevlar here, they have the loss bonus going, so Rear Atom are going to have a really good buy in the next round, but for now, not a lot to put up a fight with. Advent got smokes, I think, dropped over to him so that they can stack A slightly. It is something, putting the numbers together at the very least, but CR should be times with 13-13, which seemed almost unimaginable just a few rounds ago. Ooh, what a shot from Jamyang. That seemed kind of silly for Wenzy to just charge through that smoke. He was having a great game earlier. Now he was on 21 kills anyway for ages. Now he's on 22. Maybe getting a bit frustrated that the game hasn't been going as well for him in the second half as it was earlier.
He was 18-6, I think. I think it was 18-6, yeah.
Somewhere along those lines, yeah.
Yeah. So 4-10 since then. A bit scary. Rangami going in toward a stack of players on B, but thankfully, only with one player. Ruben gets his frag, retreats, and they are going into an open A-bomb site. Every single Raritan player rotating in. Free AK for Jamyang, but really that needs to be in the hands of someone else, as he's low with no armor. Should be trying to save it anyway. Keep Jamyang safe. Protect the VIP. Classic game mode. Bring it back for CS2, please. Thank you.
Saving an AK, I mean, may as well. Would probably be worth just going for exits with the other pistols though, but they're not too bothered with. CR themselves tying up the scoreline, building up a little bit of economy here, ensuring that they're going to be fine for most of these rounds that remain. Again, it's crazy that we're even at this scoreline. I thought coming into this VO that Inferno was almost a given for Rear Atom, and I thought that they'd probably take Vertigo as well, but no, obviously that didn't work out. Ended up losing it in overtime, and could be looking at a similar fate here on Inferno. They have the buy though. All the rifles, the op available on Kaze. Nades are pretty much perfect as well. There's kits this time around as well. We've seen the kits cost them in the past, not having them, so.
True.
Let's see.
A pause for now.
Is it technical?
Too long.
Since we don't have the time?
I don't think so. I mean, sorry, I do think so. There we go.
Either way, we're out.
Maybe it's been cancelled anyway. Yeah, all good. No worries. It's cool to see so many of the tier 2 teams that we covered so much in, Challenger League type situations, like Monty, Aurora, Nine, all have a win in the opening stages of the RMR as well. It shows that the gap is tough, not what it once was. Not as easy for tier 1 teams as it used to be. Atom played so well, of course, in Pro League for a long period of time. They beat Na'Vi on this map. Right now they're on the edge, of course, with their coach, of course, but on the edge of losing to a brand new qualified open team. It can happen when you have players sick. No other option for you, unfortunately. With Advent, of course, is not necessarily known to be a fragger on this squad, so quite often it can be rough. Hopefully Mosier gets better soon. Of course, Kaze was ill recently in Mongolia too, which was not an easy situation for Rayatum. In the end, they got everyone back, of course, but 1 BO3 away from qualifying, unfortunately. Missed out. Would have loved to see Rayatum stickers in the game, but that is perhaps for Counter-Strike 2. And let's see what will go down in this round. Advent at least goes 1 for 1 this time. That's something. And Jamyong is looking for this lurk of Kira. Headshot. Perfect. Lovely find. They are going to let Bomb Plant come through toward the B site. And this retake's going to be so hard, even 4v3.
They've lost Kira and Wenzi as well, the two players who have been popping off all match. Ruben pushing through with a flash. He might have had a chance at the second. Instead, it's Kate on the trade. The 2-on-2, Jamyong and Kaze, they've both been fantastic, and he just about gets that kill with the last bullet before he stopped the commitment to the spray. Transfers back to Kate as well, so yeah, fantastic retake. They managed to make it work, but still it was scrappy right down to the end, really. Two players left standing. They need to drop weapons over. The buy here, if they're to lose this one, would be ruined going into the following, so it's a chance for CR to potentially break that economy and maybe even run away to go 16-14.
Very possible. Very possible. Jamyong once again trying to put his team on his back. I think he got around 35 kills on map 1, if I'm not mistaken. 27 and 15. Top fragging by a mile, basically. I don't know what Rayatum needed to win this game, but how much more can he realistically get done? 2 rounds away from a decider. Mirage is the decider, as a reminder.
All rounds been played out. Oh, my feed was getting some weird lag right there. Was I alone on that?
It was only for a split second. I think it's
I'll
fine
let you
for me
take
now.
it because I've still got it.
You still got it? Okay. Well, we're going up to a banana. Open a refresh soon. Should be fine. Hope so. But, yeah. Just trying to take banana control for now. And right now, they're playing very defensively on this site. And Advent's going to get caught in the open once again, trying to use utility. Needs to be 2 from Cammy, and he actually does get 2. However, bomb down this time in a 3v3 rather than a 4v3. You would favour Sharan Gaming, especially now Risk can post up with the AWP toward the back of the site. We've got utility, nade, incendiary. That could be critical for Kaze to flush out one of these players, and he'll use it toward Wenzi. No smoke to put that one out, but he has to take a duel, and he does win the duel still. The Molotov will eventually burn him, but that's fantastic stuff from Wenzi. 2 versus 2. There's Risk's AWP. Now it's all down to Jamyong. He did amazing work in the previous, but not this time around. Kira lurks around the smoke, deals with him. Up to 27 kills now is Kira, same as Jamyong. And the money is a bit rough for Rayatum. They can buy on 3 players, but the other 2 are going to be on SMGs or even less. Sharan Gaming are in pole position, you feel?
Yeah, they are. It's all in for Rayatum as well. They do not want to take the eco, meaning if this doesn't work, they're going to have an even worse investment in this following round to try and keep themselves alive. This is crazy. The fact that CR have a chance of taking a 2-0 in this series is bewildering to me as Kira gets the opening kill. A second bound. I think he noticed the charge down mid as well, but somehow Jamyong is able to make that work and convert it into a kill. What is happening? How are they doing this?
I'm amazed. Well, Ruben knows everything. Thankfully the bomb's miles away. That's the only silver lining I would say at the moment, and Kaze will even switch to the M4 just to make doubly safe. Take the AWP back if they sort out this round. Oh, Jamyong just leapt his way through. This gives a great chance now for Ruben. I think he knows Kaze's here as well. Surely not Rayatum. Surely not. And Ruben, who's had one of the quietest games so far, gets himself a 1 versus 3. Advent just charging through the top banana smoke. Sure, that's looking for information and he got it. But Jamyong, that was way too split with Kaze. That's almost unforgivable, Rayatum. You should not be losing that one. And now they have almost nothing to prevent a win for Sharan Gaming.
Yeah, that was crazy. My internet isn't liking me right now. It froze just before he got the kill, and then it like super sped through the video. You know,
Yeah, I know.
It was weird, but a ridiculous 1-on-3. the flash in as well. The turn nearly got caught off guard, but the timing just about worked out, and somehow, by a miracle, CR have a 15-14 scoreline, and I would imagine Rear Atom are slapping themselves in the face.
Slapping other things as well, and frustration, because this is not how it should be for them. Couple of wild rounds they shouldn't have lost on Vertigo. That probably should have been their map, even though Shadowrun Gaming did so well to recover it. And now, that particular round was a big misplay. Can Shadowrun Gaming finish this one off? They have all the advantages, they have all the weaponry advantages as well. Jamyang will be forced out of that position, being spammed down, so much damage. Wenzi's in towards the site, gets one, and there's the trade from Ruben. Kira finds Jamyang, and we have an upset in the first round of Challenger League in Season 45. The team that's qualified from ESEA Open, coming through the lower bracket to make it to ECL this season, is about to defeat Rare Atom. Risk holding for the retake. Cammy, the coach, is coming in, will be removed, and now it's all down to Advent, the IGL. He knows this one is up. Kira's hit 30. Jamyang has tried his best in this series, but it's not to be. And it's a great result for Shadowrun Gaming. Huge props to them. Sure, we have to say, Rare Atom playing with their coach. Rare Atom have only just come back from Mongolia, from the RMR. All these extra bits of information, realistically, shouldn't matter. They should have won this game. They didn't. Props to Shadowrun Gaming.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they would have had Inferno easily. As we said, Vertigo was the one where we expected maybe there was a chance that CR could steal the map away, could take it, but I mean, the fact that they ran it back after initially looking like they were in a rough position, took it to overtime, took the victory there, and then even managed to kind of scrap it out here in the end on Inferno. It's not like they just fully took control. They still had some stumbles. They required some crazy clutches to come through in order to get the victory. It was just all around a very impressive performance. As you said, obviously you've got to remember that unfortunately Rare Atom were playing with their coach.
And Mosier was sick.
Cammy still played an amazing game, so I don't think we can really put any of the fault with him for the fact that they've lost out this series.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately Mosier was sick. You have to wonder whether they would have won the game with him, but that's all if, buts, and maybes. It's all shoulda, coulda, woulda. That is all now in the history books. So that's going to be one that Rare Atom will have to bounce back from. Hopefully they'll do so. I'm not sure when they'll play next in Challenger League. What I can tell you is we'll be back with a match tomorrow for this same region at the same time for ECL Season 45. Hope you'll join us for that one. But for now, we'll say goodbye and enjoy the rest of the day's Counter-Strike.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.